my god. Before we even get started, headphone warning. Trust me, if you were listening to this video using headphones, you're going to want to turn it down just a little bit, as we've received the first images from House of the fucking Dragon. And I'm letting you know right now, these images are the tits. And they're not even what it's going to look like on camera. This is just like a regular ass camera, super zoomed in from far away, but we can see the details of the wardrobe. And in this video, I'm going to quickly discuss said pictures. Please, before we jump into any of that, just do me a favor, and if you like this video, slap a like on it. The like goal is going to be 420. Alright, now there's actually multiple videos and multiple images, and I'll try to show them, although some of them may get copyright claims, so I'll just flash a few images. But the first video footage comes from RHAENYRA, and this is just someone who posted on the House of the Dragon subreddit, and he says, pics from House of the Dragon location, shoot Hollywell Beach, Cornhall, slightly closer up than the video thought I'd put these up as well. Maybe we can help identify who these two Targaryens are. They are two different people, two different photos. The crew were rearranging the sand around them, and I immediately, like, I'm not even gonna brag. I just two white-haired Targaryens. One of the first scenes being filmed for this series, at least outside in the public. Rhaenyra and Daemon. Then a little bit of time goes by, and we get actual fucking images from Sultan.czgossip.com and their close-ups. It is Matt Smith and Emma Darcy, and they are in their Targaryen regalia. Now, for those who are unaware, this is probably a meeting that is maybe not that many people around. They have a love affair. They're both married, and they have obligations to the realm, and they must, like, uphold their marriages, but they have this secret love affair. You could argue that in the books, at least, Daemon is said to have manipulated Rhaenyra from a young age and teach her. He actually taught her how to please a man. So if they're going to carry on that theme, rather, for this TV series and have that, you know, those events come to life on screen, then it would be interesting to see how Daemon is sort of placating his niece at this age. Like, clearly, when the show starts, they're still going to be married. It would be interesting to see a dynamic formed with him early on. This is clearly the backdrop for Dragonstone. Rhaenyra is the realm's delight. She's princess of Dragonstone, and I feel like one of the first scenes should be Daemon arriving on Caraxes, picking up his niece, and then going to King's Landing for the 5th year anniversary for Alicent and King Viserys. The problem with that is we don't really know where this timeline is going to be picking up. I mean, we kind of do, but we don't really know. When you look at these actors in their Targaryen wigs, I will say one thing. Well, several things. They look fucking amazing. I love the silk patterns. I love how they are clearly keeping in with the theme of the hairstyles from Daenerys to Rhaegar, Wilf Scolding, the actor who plays him, and the actor who played Harry Lloyd, the actor who played Viserys from the first season. These two actors do in fact look as though they are related to Emilia Clarke and Harry Lloyd and Rhaegar and all of the Targaryens that we've seen on screen, even the Mad King Aerys. Now, there are several things that I think are missing from these shots. HBO, Game of Thrones, they have a history of, whether you want to believe it or not, intentionally leaking images. They want to sort of get the fandom built up and get the hype built. Marvel does the same shit, but they want to get everybody, give us little, like, teaser and Easter eggs. And the one thing missing from Daemon that we were all arguably most looking forward to see is Dark Sister. He doesn't have the Targaryen Valyrian steel blade that was given to him by the old king, his grandfather Jaehaerys, and that's what a lot of people think makes him, you know, the real Prince of Dragonstone, the next in line for the throne. At least Jaehaerys wanted him to be the king over his brother Viserys, but it's missing from these images. Now, I don't know if that means that when the two of them are meeting, they're in their respective camps, because, to be honest, for the Prince Daemon that we read about in the books, he looks kind of dressed down. So that's what made me think this is sort of like a personal and intimate stroll between the two of them. And the conversation they're having is probably going to be like, they're going to have the conversation and say things as if no one is listening, because they look like they're, you know, on the beaches of Dragonstone, and Daemon has just arrived, and they're sort of talking about their next steps. Oh my God, I can't fucking believe it's here. We do have a few more images Like I said, there's no dragons nearby. I didn't see any images of like the green screen crew, the dragon guys that are usually there. So that means that's probably going to be done in-house in the Warner Brothers studio in Leavesden. And I think just a few more comments on their wardrobe, because that's all we can kind of really tell what's going on here. Prince Daemon's wardrobe looks very similar to Daenerys's from Game of Thrones Season 8. Now, I don't know if they're going to color coordinate things like they're supposed to. We know that he's a Targaryen prince. This is typically how Targaryens dress. But if they're going to sort of make their attire darker as the seasons progress, as their characters get darker, as they're forced to do certain things that they wouldn't have normally have done at the beginning of the story, then they're going to sort of like, I don't know if his outfit is reflective of that. This could be, you know, the death of King Viserys, Prince Daemon's brother, and Rhaenyra's father, and they could be sort of mourning together. This could be similar to that conversation that we had with Catelyn and Robb when they found out that Ned was dead, and Robb was banging his sword into the tree, taking chunks of wood out. This could be something very similar to that, and I don't know if their gowns per se, or their outfits rather, are something reflective of what's happening in the scene, or this is just their traditional Targaryen regalia. This is set in the same universe, but this is a few hundred years before the main story, which means House Targaryen is in their prime. This is at the height of their power. So everywhere you go, like Olenna says in the main series, everybody wants to fuck a prince. They're all going to be like dressed to the top. I could ramble for days, but I'm going to get the fuck out of here. I got a lamb burger downstairs that's calling my name with some ziti sauce and some feta cheese. I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you could please slap a like on this video. Like goal is going to be 420. Expect somewhat daily uploads throughout this long night, as filming season has officially begun for House of the Dragon. My name is Mark, and this has been Sir Hunt's Long Night Reviews.